welcome to the gambling parlor here on Dead Money Sports. It is the final wild card game of the weekend. The Houston Texans taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Houston won the toss, chose to defer to the second half, so the Steelers are taking the ball first. They had a touchback in the end zone, so we're starting at the 20-yard line because he received it. He caught it in the field of play. So let's see if the Pittsburgh Steelers can break their curse of low scoring first quarter, since our best bet for this game was first quarter minus a half a point plus 125 for Houston. So we need Houston to win the first quarter. Also have the under 39.5. We gave that out on the early line show. And Houston. I like Houston to win, although 3 seems like a pretty fair number. That's why we like the under and the first quarter. Quick throw to DK Metcalf. And a nice run after the catch there. Yeah, pull this up. Quick start for Pittsburgh. Not great for me. You'll have to forgive me, but I'm going to be finishing my chicken wings here at the beginning of the game. Lemon pepper. Another short gain on second down for the Steelers. Pittsburgh's offense is already staring down a 3rd and long. Let's get that ball back, Houston. So the final matchup of the wild card round will be decided here. We do have the other matchups already lined up. It's just a matter of finding out what the times are. We've got San Francisco and Seattle on Saturday. Seattle is -7 at home. The total is 46.5. We've got Buffalo at Denver on Saturday. Denver is a home dog. Number 1 seed, home dog. Doesn't happen very often. +1.5. Total is also 46.5. And we've got the Sunday matchup that's already lined up. The Rams going to Chicago. Take on the Never Say Die Bears. Chicago is also a home dog of +4.5. And the total is 50.5. Chicago, the number 2 seed, just behind the Seahawks. And they are also a home dog. Rodgers with an overthrow, and that's 3rd down. Incompletion. Steelers punt. It's caught at the 10-yard line. And that's where the Houston Texans will start their first possession of this wild card round matchup. Come on, CJ. We need points early. The winner of this game will be traveling to New England on Sunday. Hypothetically, if each team were to win, the Steelers were to win, they're definitely an underdog of, I would say, 6.5, probably. New England plus 6.5. If it's Pittsburgh. If it's Houston, I think it's 3. I think it's similar to this game. Houston would be the underdog, though, because New England's going to get something for home field advantage. Dome team going outdoors, playing in Foxborough in the winter. Could be nasty. They're not accustomed to that. The weather in Pittsburgh seems to be pretty good for this time of year. But what they get in New England next week could have a factor in that game. So I would say it's New England minus 3.5. If it's the Texans, if it's the Steelers, it's minus 6.5. Chicken wings and tater tots. That's what was on the menu pre-game. I've got some pepperoni pizza that I need to finish cooking in the oven. That's round 2. So in the comments, if you're there, drop a location where you're at. What's the weather like where you're in your part of the world? It's cold here in Lake Tahoe, but it was really sunny today, which is nice. It's weird because it's blue sky, sunshine, like the perfect environment, but it's like 25 degrees outside. And there's snow. But it's great. Got a chance to go to Heavenly and do a little snowboarding, although I'm not great. These are the days, I mean, obviously you want to go when it's like fresh powder right after, but that's normally when it's super cold outside, and I'm kind of a wuss to that. I'm not that much of a good snowboarder, and plus the powder, when it's like here, because we get snow, like pretty deep snow here in Lake Tahoe, if you fall over, trying to stand back up is a pain in the ass, because as you push down, the snow is compacting underneath you. You know what I mean? It's like there's no resistance to try to stand back up. It can be a pain in the ass trying to get. Tip pass batted around by about 4 different Steelers. Almost ended up back in the Houston receiver's hands, and Nico Collins looks banged up. I hope he's okay. He's a big part of their offense. But yeah, leave a comment of where you're at, where you're watching from, who you're rooting for, and what's the weather like in your neck of the woods. Now the sun's going down here. It's only 5:30 here, but it's dark outside already. Once the mountains go, I live in Nevada, just on the other side of the California state line. The mountains that I see when I look out my balcony are California. So that's where the sun sets. Once the sun goes behind those mountains, it gets dark and it gets cold out here. Oh, did he catch it? What a catch by Christian Kirk. Name we haven't heard much of this season. I think he was injured for a while. What a play. Did he catch it? He put it out in front of him. Oh, yeah, he got his arms underneath it. Beautiful catch. Laid out for the ball. What a deep shot. Stroud dropped it right in there. A little bit ahead of him, but Kirk was able to reach out, laid out for it, put his hands, got his arms under the ball. That's a completion. Short run by Nick Chubb on first down. Just across the 50-yard line now of the Pittsburgh Steelers. But what a catch by Kirk. Christian Kirk, a name we haven't heard much from all season long. I mean, isn't that how the playoffs normally work? Those unsung heroes, the guys you don't expect to make the big play, are the ones who get called on to make the big play, and that's why the team is able to advance. I mean, Booty and Ramondre Stevenson, I mean, they're guys you would expect to have some kind of effect on the game, but Kayshon Booty in that game last night for this Patriots he seemed to be in the right place at the right time whenever they needed a conversion. Not a superstar, not a guy, you hear a lot about. He's not Stephon Diggs. He's not the big name star on the offense and the receivers. I will say that's kind of a hallmark of the Mike Vrabel and even the Patriots themselves. They're timeout. They call timeout. That's kind of a feature of the Mike Vrabel teams. If you remember his Titans teams, you had good players. I mean, Derrick Henry was obviously a great running back. He was the jewel of their offense when he was the head coach, but you never had the big name quarterback, but you still had success. You never had the big name wide receiver. A.J. Brown, that was a weird reason to, when they let him go. He was a true number one when they let him go. But, for the most part, they didn't have the big name players. Their defensive players were always like lunch pail kind of guys. Like, their names, they're good. But for some reason, when they play together as a unit, they had success. Looks like we got a false start. The ESPN feed is faster than my broadcast. So yeah, there we go. False start on the offensive tackle. That Pittsburgh crowd getting into this, fucking with my money, man. I need Houston to win the first quarter. It's plus 125, minus a half a point. First quarter. My best bet. We're doing good on the best bets. I think we're 3-2 actually. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 3-2 on our best bets for the wild card round. Stroud. And he spikes it into the ground. They're going to have to punt. Yeah, so we're 8-6. 8-6 on our early lines bets in the selection show. The one that was a real sweet one was Buffalo, because on the early line show, I had over 50.5. So if you bet the over 50.5, you won. But then on the selection show, because the line moved from the early line, it was 52.5. We went to under 52.5, and we ended up getting the middle on that total, which that was a nice one. And then also we had Buffalo money line minus 112. So 3-0 on that game. That was a good one. 0-2 on Green Bay. Obviously we had the under 47.5 in Green Bay money line. Green Bay looked good in the first half. Second half, not so much. Ended up losing. That was a great game, though. And I'm kind of happy for the Chicago fans. I mean, obviously, I didn't have a dog in the fight, so other than my bet. But we were 3-0 on the early game So not when you take two losses after going 3-0, it kind of stings, but you're still ahead. Same thing. The San Francisco game, we went 1-2. We had Philly early on, but then we took San Francisco plus the 5. And then the over 44.5 also lost. So that was a 1-2. Same thing with the Chargers. We had the under 46.5, which was the best bet. But I also liked the Chargers plus 3.5 and a little bit on the money line, and both of those lost. So now we're staring at the first quarter, minus 1.5 for the Texans, and under 39.5. That's my two plays. I liked Houston on the money line, but I thought the 3 was a fair number, so I didn't want to bet the spread on either side. If you had, like I said, I would have put Houston in a money line parlay, although that probably would have lost anyway, except for maybe with Buffalo. Super Bowl 9, 16-6. Looks like the score of this game is going to be the way these offenses are operating to start the game. Here we go. Pittsburgh with their second possession from the 28-yard line. And they find DK Metcalf over the middle. Just a little drag route, and all the defenders for Houston came running up after Rodgers, and nobody stayed back. Yeah, both guys come running up to go after Rodgers, and nobody stayed in that zone, and Metcalf just wide open. 1st and 10 at the Houston 48-yard line. And a deep pass, and they're going to call pass interference. He was all over Metcalf. Yeah, he's holding on to his jersey, his hip. You can't do that. Yeah, he's got him wrapped around the hip there. He was beat, though, too. If he doesn't grab him, Metcalf's probably running down the sideline for a touchdown. And they run it. Gainwell for 6 yards on 1st down. Oh, yeah, that looked like it hurt. All right, come on, Houston. Create a turnover or something. Do something. Create a negative play. Rodgers up on the line early, trying to get him to jump with that snap count of his. And he almost got one. Oh, and Houston shoots the gap, misses, and Gainwell avoids the tackler and gets another 1st down. Incomplete. Janu. They got to hold them to a field goal try. Houston at least have another possession where they can score a touchdown and take the lead before the end of the first quarter. Aaron Rodgers throws it away. Threw it to his receiver. Was on the wrong page, I guess, and was well out of bounds. Was that intentional grounding? I mean, he was in the pocket. There was a rusher near him, and he threw it way out of the reach of his receiver. I guess they're going to say he was in the area. 3rd and 10 now. This is Danielle Hunter, Will Anderson time. When you know they're passing, D'Amico Ryan's going to bring the heat. And he catches it, but short of the first down for Valdez-Scantling. Mike Tomlin going to kick the field goal. The object of the game is to score more points than your opponent. I mean, you can't argue with Tomlin taking a field goal in the lead. Especially in a game where you know you're going to be able to lean on your defense. Oh, they almost blocked it. And that is a field goal for Boswell. And the Steelers take the lead 3-0. Need Houston to score a touchdown. One piece of the puzzle to the next. So what do we think of these divisional round matchups so far that we've got? The 3 that we know about. 2 home underdogs and 2 games with a total of 46.5. I imagine the Rams-Bears game is going to be the highest total. And I said what I thought about the spread for these 2 teams. As far as the total is concerned, I could see it being another 47.5. Not even. It's going to be lower than that. Maybe. Depends. Depends on who it is. Because if it's Houston, it's going to be much lower. Probably like 45.5. If it's the Steelers, we could see 3 games with a total of 46.5. Third time. San Francisco and Seattle are going to meet each other. They played the last week of the season, the low-scoring defensive game. San Francisco lost George Kittle. That's a big loss. I mean, we've seen this San Francisco team overcome injuries, including George Kittle this year. Some of the guys they have in there, Tongus, and some of their other tight ends have filled in. That is a significant loss when you're going up against a defense like Seattle to have a George Kittle out there who can both block in the running game and catch the ball in the passing game. Rams in Chicago. Chicago lost a couple of key players in that game. They lost their tackle. They lost Edwards, their linebacker. So 2 guys that could play key roles on both sides of the ball out after that game. That's huge. The Rams also lost one of their key cornerbacks with a shoulder injury, I believe it was. I think Buffalo came out of that game, we're no worse for wear. Same thing with New England. I don't. Oh, well, they lost Gonzalez. Gonzalez has a concussion. Will he be able to play? That could be a big deal. He's pretty good at cornerback. He fits that New England Patriots defensive mentality and the way they like to play very well. All right, C.J. Stroud with a completion on first down. He's got happy feet, though. He's got happy feet already. Ooh, he got hit. Extracurricular after that? Oh. That's not a catch. It didn't look like a catch. It was hard to see when he rolled over on it, but it didn't look like he had it. But it's a catch now. And it's going to be close to the first down. 3rd and 1. I'll say if you're a football fan or a basketball fan and enjoy golf, you ever want to come to Lake Tahoe, come during the celebrity golf tournament at Edgewood, which is about 5 minutes from where I am right now. It's a golf course that's right on the water. It's super nice. It's expensive. The resort that's also there is one of the nicest in South Lake Tahoe. Or all of Tahoe, to be honest with you. There's some Hiltons and some other Four Seasons and shit around here that are pretty nice, but Edgewood's really nice. That's where the celebrity golf tournament is. It's the week after the 4th of July. So, like, the 4th of July happens, and then on Wednesday, like normal golf tournaments, the stuff starts on Wednesday, where players start practicing, and then they have the rounds. And you'll see a lot of celebrities out, because there's 4 small casinos right around the corner from Edgewood, so they can take their complimentary shuttles and the SUVs that they have from Edgewood and have them drop off at the casinos. They go to the casinos and go to the high limit tables most of the celebrities are, or to the nightclubs, to the VIP section. And you'll see them coming in and out and hanging out with their friends and shit. I mean, I saw Travis Kelce, Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence, I saw the end. Jason Kelce, I saw him at Edgewood playing with his kids in the grass. Saw DJ Khaled and Jimmy Fallon. They were like the MCs, like the hosts of the party that was at Edgewood, and I saw them driving around Edgewood on a golf cart. It's strange to see DJ Khaled and Jimmy Fallon on the same golf cart together. That's where Steph Curry hit the hole-in-one a couple of years ago. He didn't play last year, I think, because he was playing that international basketball game. He was on the international team. Oh, did he catch it? Nice catch. Is that Jalen Collins there? Or Hutchinson, okay. I will say, though, we've got, like, year-round activities going on here in Lake Tahoe. Obviously, the skiing and snowboarding and that kind of stuff, and snowmobiling is a big deal around here. Just going sledding is fun. But we have a minor league hockey team here, too. It's the Golden Knights minor league team. They're called the Night Monsters. It's like a play on the Loch Ness Monster. Oh, we got a flea flicker. Oh, and then Stroud fumbles the ball right into the hands of a Pittsburgh Steelers defender. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What a boneheaded play. And you can tell C.J. Stroud is just pressing. He's got happy feet. He's bouncing around. And then there, you got to know when to get rid of the ball. Sawyer comes in on the flea flicker, and strips them. I mean, even if that's an interception or a fumble, either way, the ball never touches the ground. So regardless if it's a forward pass or a fumble, which it looked like it was a fumble anyway, he caught it in the air. What a stupid play. Well, that best bet is toast. You know, I don't understand the need for like the gimmick play, for the flea flicker play. Like, you were moving the ball just fine the way you were. I always think, like, when teams are trying to run those gimmick plays like that, it's because they don't have confidence in their offense to execute their plays the way they're designed. Like, you got to run some gimmicky bullshit to try to, what, have one shot at a play? And what's it do? It costs your team a possession. Unbelievable. Refill. So what do we have? Again, another week where all 4 games will be played in outdoor stadiums. Obviously, Chicago, there will be a chance for weather. Denver, definitely a chance for winter weather. New England, definitely a chance for winter weather. And Seattle, their version of winter weather, which is rain and just wet, gloomy conditions. Cold, potential wind because you're right on the water there, right on the ocean there. That's like the Chicago Stadium being right on Lake Michigan like that. The wind conditions. Denver, elevation. New England, again, being on the Atlantic coast there. Potential for weather. So all 4 of these games, just like all 6 of the wild card games, will be played outdoors. What a stupid play. Now let's just quarterback this. Doesn't matter who wins San Francisco, Seattle. That game will be played, well, depending on who wins the other game. If the Rams were to win, no matter what, it don't matter. It's going to be an outdoor game for the NFC Championship. Right? Oh, my goodness. Did he drop it? Oh, man. DK Metcalf with a perfect... I mean, Rodgers hit him right in the hands in stride, and he dropped it. Wow. And the only team that still remains in the AFC that plays indoors is Houston. And the only way they would play a home game is if they won and if Buffalo won. Because then it would be a home game for Houston. Oh. All right. Let him. He checks it down to Valdez-Scantling again. Almost the same exact play as the last third down. And Houston stops him. That first quarter. I mean, the Steelers have gone like 76 games, I think, without leading in the first quarter, some shit like that. And now they're going to lead in the first quarter here against Houston. That just shows you how inept Houston's offense is. Ooh, what a kick. Yeah, he caught it. It hit the ground, and instead of bouncing towards the end zone, actually started to bounce back. And the Houston punt returner caught it and gained a couple extra yards out of it. Mm-mm. So 3-3 on the best bets. We're coming to an end of the first quarter. We're gonna have to get some live guests for next season. I'm gonna try to talk to some of the people that I've, associate with on social media, who had some success in the Circa Million contest and the Survivor contest, and see about potentially getting them to come on the show for next season. Add a little more dialogue to the gambling parlor. Yeah, who are we rooting for? Who are we rooting for tonight? Like I said, I still like the under 39.5 and the Houston money line. Steelers and Patriots, or Texans and Patriots. I think there's a history there. Wasn't it the Texans that played the Patriots and they wore those, like the varsity jackets, and then they got beat pretty bad, and that was the end of those? I think that was still when J.J. Watt was part of the team. They retired those varsity jackets after one game. That's one of the things I like about Premier League soccer or like international soccer. Is they'll come up with like these wild kits that they'll wear. If they have success in them, then they bring them back at certain times, kind of like college football. But if they don't have success in those kits, normally they get shut down. And Stroud with a fucking fumble on the snap and then just lobs it away. So that's 2 mistakes by Stroud now. That's 2 mistakes by Stroud. That snap was perfectly fine, right back in his hands, but he's not paying attention. Fundamentals. Fundamentals. He was able to throw it away, though, so he saved the loss of yard. Still 3rd and 2. All right, and he gets it to Kirk again for another first down. All right, fakes the handoff. Pressure coming, and he throws it away. Incomplete. No, that was good defense all the way. No flag there. No flag. No flag. We're going to beat you, not cheat you. Joey Porter Jr., he's an unsung good player on that defense. Over the middle. Is it Collins again? There he is, Nico Collins with another big catch and another first down for Houston. Yeah. It was just a perfect, yeah, it was a perfect throw. Great hands catch by Collins. Brings it in. And Porter can't punch it out. Here we are, but they're still only at the 33-yard line. I mean, because they started so deep in their own territory. Here he goes. This Marks with his first run, or the first run on first down. Nice gain, 6 yards on first down. I got to say, it's one. Ooh, it's kind of a little helmet-to-helmet action there. One thing you can say about Houston compared to where they were earlier in the season, they've cut down on the offensive line penalties, and they've, as soon as I say it, he gets stuffed for no gain, but Houston's at least gotten somewhat better at run blocking because their offensive line was a liability early in the year. I think they started out like 0-3, right? Like the first team, just one of the few teams to start 0-3 and make the playoffs. Of course, don't forget about that run with Davis Mills while Stroud was out, and I think Davis Mills went undefeated, and that turned their entire season around there. Without that run by Davis Mills, if he doesn't keep the ship afloat while Stroud was out with the concussions, we're looking at a totally different season for the Texans. I will say, if somehow Houston's able to... Did he catch that? It looked like it. Yeah, that's a catch. It never hits the ground. If somehow Houston's able to advance in the playoffs and, maybe make it to the AFC Championship game, maybe make it to the Super Bowl, when we look back on their season, you're going to have to make sure you put an asterisk by those wins that Davis Mills got, because those is a big deal for your backup quarterback to come in. And then he led him on that big comeback, I think it was against the Jags, beat Buffalo. I forget who the other team was, but 3 wins. One was a big comeback. I remember that one. And then beating Buffalo, and then the other win. Let's see. Another first down by Nick Chubb. I'm going to look this up real quick while we're between plays here. Yeah, it was Jacksonville, Tennessee, which was only a 3-point win, but the big comeback was against Jacksonville. And then they beat Tennessee the following week in Tennessee. There we go, nice run. And then they beat Buffalo at home. He didn't have the best game, but it don't matter. Those 3 wins, what were they? They started out 0-3, 2-3, 2-4, 3-4. They were 3-5 when Stroud went down. Or I'm sorry, they were 3-4 when Stroud went down. Okay, Mills came in that game and they lost. But when he first started, his first game, they were 3-5, and then when they were done and Stroud came back, they were 6-5. He took them from a below 500 to above 500. All right, Marks with another big run on the outside. Houston moving the ball on the ground here. First and 10, 13-yard line. Another run up the middle. Marks with another big gain. Houston's found something they like running up the middle here. 7-yard run on first down. Injured player for Houston. Oh, no. The running back Marks is down. We're going to take a look at this again while he's down. But yeah, Davis Mills. He finished the game in Denver. They only lost by 3. And then won in Jacksonville with the big comeback. Again, at Tennessee, and then the Buffalo, the big win. And they rattled off whatever it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins in a row. But that 3-game winning streak was the start of it all. There we go.
It's a question my parents got asked when Eli and I would play. They wouldn't admit it. The answer was always Eli. What are your rooting interests in this game with your old team versus other teams? All right. Our things are fully straight up. First things first, it's obviously a win-win for me. I got somebody to root for in the next round I'm very excited about. I've known TJ since 1992. Talked to him every single day of his entire life. I am rooting for him as well because I have known him forever. If the Texans win, I'll be very excited for them and very happy to cheer for them moving forward. But I've seen the guy in diapers. I've seen him at highs and lows. I stood next to him at his wedding. We talk every single day, as you guys know. Blood is thicker than anything else. JJ, here we go. Eli wouldn't do it.
All right, I like that. That was a good answer from J.J. Watt there regarding who he's rooting for. On the Manning cast there, they got some big heavy hitters coming in tonight. I saw it earlier on the Pat McAfee show when they were talking about the who was going to make an appearance, and it was J.J. Watt, and who else? There was somebody else that was a big name. Oh, fake it, throw it to Kirk, and he's in for the touchdown. Houston. Christian Kirk, touchdown. And the Texans take the lead. Of course, they couldn't do that earlier in the first quarter. Yeah, they just put Sawyer in a no-win situation. He either makes a move to Stroud, and Kirk's just leaked out there. And he makes the extra point, and it's good. And the Texans take the lead 7-3. Pizza, pizza. As a matter of fact. Time to get those. Time to get round 2 popping. Already had the lemon pepper wings with the tater tots. That was really good. But now it's time for some pizza, pizza. Christian Kirk having a hell of a game tonight. 3 receptions on 4 targets for 46 yards and a touchdown to help them take the lead. Yeah, that was a serious impose your will kind of a drive by Houston. There was no cheap plays on that one. I don't think they got any yardage through penalties or first downs through penalties on that drive. That was all them moving the ball. And here comes Pittsburgh with their opportunity to answer. And it's back and return to the 38-yard line. Not bad starting position for the Pittsburgh Steelers here. All right, underneath screen to Jonnu Smith, and that got snuffed out by Houston's defense. Nothing. He lost yardage there. Remember, Houston deferred. They won the toss and deferred. So they'll get the ball to come out of the locker room to start the second half. If they can somehow force another punt here, have an opportunity for the double dip, go into the locker room with a score and then come out with the ball, do it again. Danielle Hunter got the pressure on Rodgers, and he has to throw it away, and it's probably going to be intentional grounding. 1, he was inside the pocket. 2, there was nobody around him. Yeah, intentional grounding. Man, Rodgers is mad. He's mad. It's time for him to hang it up, though. I mean, he had an all right season. Obviously, he made the playoffs. They made the playoffs. He's played through, but he is not the Aaron Rodgers, he once was, and you could see it. He does not want anything to do with contact. I mean, there was nothing for him to do there. That was clearly intentional grounding. 3rd and 21. I'm sure he'll hand it off. Nope, they're going to go wide. 5 wide. So they're looking to either get a play or a penalty. Ooh, dump off over the middle to Jonnu Smith, but he is tackled short. Or Gainwell, sorry, but he's tackled short. Rodgers still pissed off about that pass rush, but it's fucking Danielle Hunter, man. The guy is one of the better defensive ends in the NFL. He's going to beat your shitty tackle. All right, another punt. Kind of goes sideways, and it's down at about the 18-yard line. 19-yard line. 7 minutes to go, 6:57 remaining. If Houston could chew up this clock, matriculate the ball down the field, score some points before they go into the halftime, that'd be big. At the conclusion of this game, when we'll know not only obviously the final matchup of the AFC, but the starting times for this game, as well as the other games, I'll be recording my early line show for the divisional round, and that'll be available on Dead Money Sports. So be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you'll know when all these videos are available. I'll be having more content throughout the off season. Obviously, we've got the draft right around the corner at the conclusion of the Super Bowl, but I'll be putting out content all the way through the Super Bowl. But I'm also going to try to do more of the historical aspects of sports betting with some of like the other videos that are available on Dead Money Sports. So be sure to check them out. Again, my favorite is the players who have won both the Heisman and the NFL MVP and the betting odds that each one had. That's probably my favorite video. I think Lamar Jackson gets the star for the player who earned his backers the most money in his Heisman and MVP season. Both his second years. He won the Heisman as a sophomore, and it was his second year in the NFL because remember, he didn't start right away for Baltimore. He started the final few games of his rookie season, and then they started him for his sophomore year in the NFL, and he won the MVP. Not a lot of people predicted that before the season started. I also have the video of the teams to have the longest odds to win the Super Bowl preseason that actually won. Teams who have their best over seasons. Teams, scoring the most points. Although it's not always the case. If they had a bad defense too, that was the key. There were some teams that scored points, but they had some historically bad defenses that there was a lot of overs in their games. All right, 2nd and 6 now. Start for the Houston Texans here. They need to make something of this drive. You have an opportunity to really put put your foot on the neck of this Pittsburgh Steelers team if you can score going into the locker room here, or just score in general. The last thing you need to do is give Houston, and another botch snap. Stroud gets it off the ground, and then did he fumble it again, or was it an incomplete pass? Wow, what a terrible play by Stroud. He just looks completely out of his element. First, he drops the snap, goes back, and then just decides to run up in the pocket. And I can't tell if he was throwing the ball or if it was a fumble. Nope, that's a fumble. I mean, what is he doing? Again, not looking the ball in, looking at the defense. Yeah, and then just complete panic mode. Like, he got the ball back, just throw it away. He's pressing, and now Pittsburgh, that's worst case scenario right there. Talk about them scoring. You just gave Pittsburgh an opportunity to take the lead. 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line. Just like that. And they lose yards on 1st down. Yeah, this Houston team tackles better than anybody, man. They do not let people go. When they get their hands on you, they do not let go. Petrie playing press coverage, and as soon as he sees the pitch, he just shoots the gap right past Metcalf. All right, a little dump off and another loss. So Houston's defense is stepping up here. If they got him now in a 3rd and 14, if they can hold Pittsburgh to a field goal try here, that's a win after fumbling the ball. Reminds me, it's not nearly as dramatic as when this was, but it kind of reminds me of when you had that Bucs team that was like, the defense was really good, but Jameis Winston kept turning the fucking ball over. And every time he would turn the ball over, the defense would have to go out there, and they would save him. Jameis would go out there, maybe throw a touchdown, and then turn the ball over again. It was like constantly fuckery. Uh-oh. Gainwell with an opportunity, but he's short of the 1st down. The defender slid down for Pittsburgh for Houston, and Gainwell with a big gain gets it to 4th and short, and they're at least going to bring the offense out on the field. It looks like they got it by this. I guess they ran the ball. Where is this a pass? Oh, we'll dump off to Thielen, and he gets just enough. First and goal, Steelers. They're going bananas in Pittsburgh. He got about 4 yards on that play. But 1st and goal now from the 9. What can Houston's defense do here? 1st and goal, short gain, maybe a yard. Got a flag on the play. Oh, and they're going to decline it. Don't give him an extra play. Smart. Houston bringing pressure on Rodgers, and down goes Rodgers. They get the sack as he had nowhere to throw it. And they're going to have to settle for a field goal try anyway. Yeah, Will Anderson was on the ground. And Rodgers just gets pushed back into him, and he just trips over trips over his own lineman, really, who's holding Anderson down on the ground. Mm-hmm. We got ourselves a game. They take it down to the 2-minute warning. They got the Barstool crew. They're Pittsburgh Steelers fans. They can't be happy with having to settle for a field goal try.
What's happening? What the fuck are you pressing, bro? Don't touch the remote! What the fuck are you doing? No, he's trolling! He's trolling! Alright, we're back. We didn't miss a play. You better pray this ain't a turnover. Go, Jalen. Here you go!
Accidentally turning off the monitor. Boswell out for the field goal try now. We got a 7-6 game. 6-7, 7-6. Yeah, this is the second time they've had snap issues, and that's Stroud. He didn't. You could see clearly he wasn't watching the ball. He looked up. You know, he breathed a sigh of relief with that defense stopping him, holding him to a field goal. Houston needs to capitalize here. Houston with the return. Gets it out to the 20 and then gets nailed. And as he's slapping his helmet, chunks of grass are just falling out of his face mask. Next Monday, national championship game between number 10 Miami and number 1 Indiana. Be live streaming right here on Dead Money Sports during that national championship game. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And the Texans start off with a handoff for a short gain on first down. Houston is in no hurry to do anything on this drive. Short gain, all right, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1, and they're going to call timeout. I don't know why you take a timeout there. You're better off to get up there, run the play. If you don't get the first down, you don't save Pittsburgh any extra time, then they would have to use a timeout. Instead, if you don't get it, obviously you're giving them more time. If you do get it, then you save yourself time. So you got to have confidence, I guess, in your team to be able to gain 1 yard. Second push. Second surge, he got the first down. They did the tush push. He didn't have it right away. All right, so they saved the time because they used the timeout. All right, another short play, and they're going to use the timeout now.
touched him because there's actually touched him because there's here and then there's off the edge, and both get pushed right back into Rogers, and he's just got nowhere to go. He gets sacked, but
Look at that play.
Houston Texans never actually touched him because there's here and then there's off the edge. And both get pushed right back into Rodgers. And he's just got nowhere to go. He gets sacked, but
He got sacked by his own lineman.
actually touches him.
Boop. 66 bops him into his own guy.
That's in the pocket.
Is that Kendricks? Boy, was he a good addition for them, huh? I'll say one thing about it. Getting these guys off the scrap heap, they're healthy. No game feed. There we go. So CJ Stroud has 107 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Rodgers with 79, nothing. Look at that, 5 carries for 14 yards for Jalen Warren, and he's the leader. All about the defense. What can Houston do here? Going deep. Oh, and it's knocked out of his hands. Christian Kirk had it and dropped it. He got Clark hit him, knocked it out of his hands. Chuck Clark with a big shot, knocks it out of his hands. Oh, Noel. It was Jalen Noel. Another bobble on the snap by Stroud. We have a Pittsburgh Steelers player down. All right, he's walking off. His own man got a shot on him. So 3rd and 5. Houston still with 1 timeout. Steelers still have 1 timeout. Stroud with the throw over the middle. Christian Kirk's got the first down, and they're going to call timeout. They're still only at their 45-yard line. And Houston back to pass. Stroud throws it incomplete to a wide open Nico Collins. Oh boy. Nobody anywhere near Nico Collins. He threw it over his head. Oh my goodness. That's a touchdown. I mean, that's a touchdown. Or I mean, they're down inside the 20-yard line if he just throws it to him. Instead, he throws it over his head. Ooh, and that's an incomplete pass. Big hit. Peyton Wilson just nailed Woody Marks. Stroud tried to dump it off to the running back, and he just got blasted. Would have been a catch, but he didn't complete the process. It's kind of a good thing because it would have been a loss of yardage there. Houston 7 out of 8 on third down conversions, while the Steelers are 0 for 6. 3rd and 10 here. Man, he got it out to his man Schultz, but it's short. All that shit, and they're going to end up punting the ball away. And they blow the whistle with no time left, and it's halftime. We're going to take a break. And we'll be back for the second half of this final Wildcard Weekend game. are back for the third quarter of the final wild card game. It is the second half of the final wild card game. Houston leading 7-6. Although they're dominating on the in the yards per game, turnovers have killed them. Here we go. Big run by Woody Marks to start. Nice start to this drive. 14-yard gain there. And they're already inside Pittsburgh territory. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. I mean, that Houston defense basically keeping Pittsburgh from scoring a touchdown after that fumble that was at the 20-yard line of Houston. I mean, it could be the difference in this game. Here we go. Stroud with a nice throw over the middle, a little high, but his guy makes the catch. And a first down. Higgins. Stroud's, I don't know, man. He's off. His throws are off. He's only really had one nice throw that was like right on the money. And that was that diving catch by Kirk. But almost all of his throws have been just a little bit out. Yeah, even Aikman's talking about it. That, you know, normally he's pretty accurate, and yet he's... we got an injured player again. Another injured player. Yeah, Stroud's throws have all been like high to the outside. Like he's not. It doesn't look like he's hitting his guys in stride very much. If the throws were a little bit down a little bit, his guys would be able to catch and run with it. Instead, they're having to reach way up for the ball, and it's slowing them down. Mike Tomlin has a 1-10 record in playoff games when trailing at the half. Not good for Pittsburgh Steelers backers going into the halftime down by a point. Now Houston with the ball. Have they come up with a name yet for that throw by Caleb Williams to Rome Odunze, the 4th and 8? You know, like they have the immaculate reception in Pittsburgh. The double doink obviously was a bad day for Chicago fans. The catch. You've got, 4th and 26 for the Eagles there when they made that conversion in the playoffs. What are we going to call that 4th and 8? Oh, Woody Marks with another big run. And it's 2nd and 1, just that fast. They are moving the ball. They are at Pittsburgh's 22-yard line. I mean, this is what they looked like on that other touchdown drive. You know, it was the fumbles by Stroud's what's killed them. They were able to just move the ball down the field on that other touchdown drive. There you go, another run formation, and they do. They hand it to Marks, and he's got the first down. Short gain there, but enough for the first down. Patrick Queen and Schultz get tumbled over the pile there, do a double tandem somersault, but there was no malicious intent there. It was just losing their balance and trying to stand up. So we do have something of a time slot. 4:30 Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern is the start time on Saturday. All right, Woody Marks with a nice gain, 4 yards. 2nd and 6. We will be live streaming during the divisional round. I don't know exactly which games yet. I want to see which games are who gets the late start, who gets the early start. And of course, I'll be releasing the early line show here on YouTube at the conclusion of this game, once we know who's playing at what time and who's playing against the New England Patriots. I don't know why that pop-up is playing so slow. It does that from time to time. We go 3rd and 4. Stroud in the pocket, has time, scrambling, lets it go, and it's intercepted by the Steelers. Stroud commits another turnover, panicking, trying to make a play where there was no play. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. They were in scoring position. He tries to get it. Yeah, that's an interception. He's just tries to make a play, panicking in the pocket, throws off balance, and it's intercepted. That was 100% on CJ Stroud. That's 3 turnovers by the quarterback today. Now, the only positive, obviously we have the under 39.5, so that was kind of a good thing, seeing as how we already lost the first quarter Houston bet. We also have Houston on the money line, though, and it would have been nice to get some points there. And the only positive now on the Houston side is they have Pittsburgh backed up. They're at their own 4-yard line. So it's not like they got a turnover like they did before halftime where they were already in scoring range. But what a disastrous end to that drive. Remember, that was the opening drive, right? To start the second half, they took the ball all the way down from inside their own territory, down there in scoring range. If he doesn't throw the interception, they're kicking the field goal, going up 4 points in a game that's been a defensive battle to this point. If Houston goes on to lose this game, man, CJ Stroud lost it for him. He does not look comfortable in the pocket. That's 2 fumbles where he was trying to dance around in the pocket instead of just getting rid of the ball, and fumbles. And then this one where he was once again running around in the pocket, and instead of just throwing it away or scrambling, he tries to make an off-balance throw across his body, and he shorts it, and it gets intercepted. If the ball's out in front of Hutchinson, it's probably a catch. but instead because he's running, he's off balance. He tries to throw it. It's all arm. If he threw that ball out in front of his guy, if he was on balance and threw it, it's probably a touchdown. But here we go. Houston's defense once again acts to fix the mistake of C.J. Stroud, Jameis Winston Jr. I mean, but Jameis would throw pick sixes. Like he'd launch it downfield. The guy would intercept it, run it all the way back for a touchdown. Stroud's more like Geno Smith. He'll move the ball down the field in the middle of the field. When he gets to the red zone, that's when the turnovers happen. You know, second down, and it looks like he got enough for the first down. Yeah, the referee is marking the ball. It's a first down. Pittsburgh still only at the 14-yard line, though. I mean, Houston's defense they're due for their own turnover here. Some kind of a strip sack or something. They're going to have to do something to help their offense out because the offense, I mean, they're moving the ball, but turnovers. False start on the Steelers. Looked like Jonnu Smith. Yep. Now, 1st and 15 at the 9-yard line. And again, with this tackling by the Houston Texans, they throw a little wide receiver screen, and it's Petrie again, man. He gets his hands on you. He does not let go. I mean, it looks like he was at Austin. Yeah. So he's not the biggest guy, but dude, as soon as he got a grab on him, and then you see the reinforcements coming in, and another loss of yards. 2nd and 15 now, or no gain. They got him backed up here now on their own, near their own goal line and in a down and distance situation. Here comes the heat. And he does complete it, but it's a short gain. Quick tackle. Austin again and Petrie again. It's going to be 3rd down, though. They were bringing it. They brought some blitzers. Looked like, who was it? Number 29, no. 39 came on the blitz there. And Rodgers gets rid of it quickly, and it's just a great tackle. Got him up a little high, but you know what? It's a physical game. 3rd and 9. Over the middle, and it's a completion and a first down. Damn. Who the hell is that? Oh, Valdez-Scantling again. He keeps catching the ball on 3rd downs. The last couple times they tackled him short. This time he actually gets the first down. That was a natural pick there. That was a great play. Nice play design there. And they go back to the ground with Gainwell, and he's going to lose yards. And these guys like to hit in Houston, man. You got some... This defense is special. They got some heat on Rodgers, and he's scrambling, throwing on the run, and incomplete. He felt the heat. They're coming after him now, man. They're getting in a groove. They know they got him backed up. Hunter did a spin move. He did the Dwight Freeney move. Put the spin on him. Man, Rodgers was lucky to get rid of it. He pumped it like he was going to go for it, but he saw he would have gotten knocked down. Here we go. Third down. 3rd and 12 now. And they're going deep down the field. And it is overthrown and incomplete. No flags on the play. That was a clean play. Lassiter was looking back for the ball. And he's looking back for the ball. So he's allowed to fight with him like that. He's allowed to try to get position because he's not grabbing him. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what the ref just said. He's playing the ball, so he's allowed to jockey for position there. He wasn't grabbing the Pittsburgh Steelers. That was perfect defense, actually. That's the kind of shit you want to show your guys. All right, and here's the punt return. Is this Kirk or Noel? No, it's Noel. All right, so they got the ball at their own 30. Once again, the defense makes a stand. Yeah, I don't want to hear no bullshit about where's the PI on that one. If you watch that, that was perfect defense. Perfect defense there. Yeah, here we go. Shutting down the Steelers offense. There's the trigger. The Houston Texans. C.J. Stroud pointing right back at him again. And he is. It's been all. If it wasn't for the 3 turnovers, Houston's winning this game easily. Yeah, here it is right here.
Stroud in trouble.
Oh, come on.
Stroud in trouble.
Look, see his legs? Look at him. Way off balance.
Eccles has got it. Another turnover by this Texans offense.
Another turnover by this Texans offense. Rodgers getting angry. Play action dump off. And a nice little gain. Hutchinson. It'll be 2nd and 5 now. This second half feels like it's been going for like an hour. And we still have 5 minutes left in the third quarter. illegal formation or something. Illegal motion. The flag came out as soon as the ball got snapped. They're showing the highlights of Stroud's turnovers. And you can just see it. The 2 fumbles and then that interception. He was way off balance when he threw that ball. He's pushing. He's pressing. And here they go. They still got the lead. He goes again. At least this time he protected the ball. Pressure from the Steelers gets to him, and it's 3rd and 10. And Stroud throws it. Collins falls out of his break. Or slips coming out of his break, and it goes over his head. 4th and 10. They're going to have to punt. If this isn't a textbook Mike Tomlin Pittsburgh Steelers type of game to this point, 7-6. And here comes the punt. He drives him all the way back to the 10-yard line, and Austin, trying to return it, gets a little bit of yards out to the 19. 24. This is good. Caleb Williams somewhere smiling right now, watching C.J. Stroud struggle in the playoffs when he tried to little bro him. That's a good one. So they had a drone show during the halftime. At the Steelers game. That's a touchdown winning catch. That's pretty cool. This is pretty cool.
dog shit quarterback. Oh, what a horrible. Is that in this flag?
Rodgers. Is that Thielen? Yeah, Thielen with a big catch. Houston's going to have to create a turnover. They might have to score themselves. 1st and 10 now at the 45. Rodgers throws it, and it's about a loss of 1. Jonnu Smith with the catch, but Al-Shaair was right there. And again, Houston is not, they are tackling. There's not any broken tackles. Like, you're not seeing guys with the yards after contact like you do in other games. These guys, they tackle for loss. And I think that goes back to D'Amico Ryans and his defensive staff. And, you know, he was a defensive coordinator there. They got heat on him, and Rodgers throws it into the ground. Incomplete. Anderson again. D'Amico, he played for Houston. I think he coached with San Francisco with Robert Saleh. You know, so I mean, he's got a good pedigree. Anderson out there with that elbow brace on. Looks like the Bionic Man. I think we got a big play by the Houston defense here. 3rd and 11. There they go. And Danielle Hunter with the sack. And it's a fumble, but McCormick recovers it. Danielle Hunter sacks Rodgers, strips some of the ball. It goes 10 yards backwards, and then one of the Steelers linemen was able to land on it. Oh, yeah. If Rodgers is able to throw that ball, that's probably is a touchdown to Metcalf because he's past the safety. Punt, and Knoll with the return up the sideline and out of bounds at the 23-yard line. I mean, as bad as C.J. Stroud has played in this game, if they are able to win this game, because, I mean, the Texans defense is playing lights out. There's no other way to describe it. They are suffocating this Pittsburgh Steelers offense. And even when the times they've scored, it's because of the turnovers. And even then, they've had to kick field goals. And it's not like Houston hasn't moved the ball. 2 of their turnovers have been in the red zone, in the red zone where they were, looking at an opportunity to score points. And then they fumbled the ball in their own red zone before the halftime to give Pittsburgh a free field goal. If Stroud could just not turn the ball over, Houston would be winning this game. They'd be dominating this game right now. I feel bad for anybody who's got anytime touchdown. Anytime touchdown plays on this game, because it's been there's been opportunities there, and yet every time there's an opportunity, a negative play happens. So yeah, Houston's got to get points in New England. I said 3.5. I said Patriots minus 3.5 for New England, minus 6.5 for the Steelers, and I think the total of 46.5 to 45.5. But I mean, the performance by this Houston defense. I mean, I know New England's offense is pretty efficient. Drake May's playing outstanding football. He had some turnovers too, though, trying to make plays. Oh, he had it and he dropped it. And Nico Collins is... I don't know if he's hurt or if he's just upset that he dropped the ball, but he's... Yeah, and he had concussions too this year. But yeah, Stroud once again. I mean, it's out in front of him. Oh yeah, he lands face first into the ground. Yeah, he's done. It's going to be the end of the day for Nico Collins. He's not coming back from that. That's definitely a concussion. He's definitely going in the tent for the protocol and more than likely will not return. And he had both hands reached out for the ball and just landed right on the front of his helmet. Oh, and another bad snap, and Stroud is able to jump on it. But again, the center just snapped it. Stroud wasn't ready for it. What the hell's going on? Why is he snapping the ball? Isn't he supposed to get a signal? Yeah, the guard is looking at the quarterback, waiting on the signal. Why did he went the silent count? And D'Amico not happy. Now we're sitting at 3rd and 15. Throw it to somebody. Oh, and he's got his man. Who is that? Christian Kirk again? Number 13, Christian Kirk with a big catch. 33. Was it 33 yards? Man, he's got 6 receptions for 104 yards and a touchdown tonight. 7 targets, 6 receptions. Wow. And they're going to need it from him now because I don't think Collins is coming back. I mean, he went immediately to his head when he hit the ground. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. End of the 3rd quarter. We're going to go into the 4th quarter. Throw up the 4. 4s. Little Phil Collins on the play out. Nice. Take me home. They'll be doing the Renegade here shortly, I'm sure, in Pittsburgh with the defense coming out onto the field. I mean, this is when those moments in history happen. Yeah, that was a nice catch and run by Christian Kirk there. They're calling it the Christian Kirk game. Yeah. Nico Collins is being evaluated for concussion and questionable to return. Not great. But yeah, the Christian Kirk game. That's what they're calling it on X. The Christian Kirk game. Don't do the gun signal, dummy. It's a 15-yard penalty. Don't you know that? Houston has 310 yards of offense, but they also have 3 turnovers. Pittsburgh has 128 yards of offense, but no turnovers. Here we go. 1st and 10. And there's a flag on the play, and we're going to get a holding penalty on Houston, of course. Fourth quarter point differential. Houston plus 78. Pittsburgh minus 42. Bodes well for Houston. The handoff. And Marks gets a nice little chunk of it back. 7 yards. Yeah, Nico Collins is on the cart going back to the locker room. He's done. I mean, that was about as obvious as you could see a play that could lead to a concussion. I mean, he lands right on his face mask. All right, 2nd down, another gain, Christian Kirk. And he makes it 3rd down and 6. Yeah, don't try to do anything stupid, Stroud. Like you're got a little bit of that Carson Wentz blood in you. There's a rush. He throws it. Back shoulder, and it's incomplete. And they're going to have to punt it back to Pittsburgh. And this is the only way. This is the only way Pittsburgh could compete in this game, was to keep it low scoring, and they've been able to do it. And Fairbairn's going to line up for a 51-yard field goal. And the field goal is good, and we have a 4-point game. And that could be the difference. I mean, the way these defenses have been playing. But you never know. Aaron Rodgers, he's been doing this a long time. He's got a lot of comeback victories in his Hall of Fame career. Could this be, the one more for the record book in his final chapter as a professional quarterback? Yeah, Christian Kirk having the game of games, man. 6 receptions, 104 yards, and a touchdown. And the only touchdown of the game. Leather brains. Someone is accidentally going to win this game. Yeah. It's the way it's working out.
We've learned that justice is about more than just winning. Justice means having the money to pay today's medical bills.
So I guess the Steelers tried to get Christian Kirk, but they weren't able to sign him, and he's giving them the business tonight.
And that's what we'll get for you at Bradley, Brennan, and Janae. That's why we're the #1 law firm for people who want to be treated like they're #1.
The all-new Atlantis Casino Resort Spa. Escape with one unforgettable experience at one of our 8 award-winning restaurants. One rejuvenating treatment at Spa Atlantis. One perfect moment you'll never forget. Once is all it takes to make us your new favorite getaway.
It's going to be all up to the Houston defense. All right, here we go. 13 minutes to go. Fourth quarter. Texans up by 4. And the cutback by Gainwell. Nice run on first down. All right, no pressure on Rodgers. He's going deep, and no, he didn't catch that. It's incomplete. Nice play by Lassiter. Austin tried to make it look like he got it on the deflection, but it hit the ground. Yeah, it's clearly off the ground. Great try, though. He got his hands underneath it after it bounced off the ground up into his face mask. But good defense by Lassiter there. Now it's 2nd and 10. And they're going to hand it off, and they're going to lose yards. Third and 12. Oh, and they got the Rodgers again, and the ball is out. And I think Houston's got it, and he's running with it, and it's going to be, is this a touchdown? Are they going to call this a touchdown? They're calling it a touchdown. Rodgers got stripped. I don't know if anybody had possession of it while they were on the ground. That is a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen, by the Texans defense. Like I said, they're going to have to score their own points. I mean, there was definitely a fumble, and I guess nobody had possession of it until the guy from Houston popped out the back, and he just picked it up and ran it. It was that Rankins? Number 90? It is. Yeah, it is Rankins, and he just pulls it out of the pile. He's not on the ground. That's a touchdown. Without a doubt, because that's definitely a fumble. Rodgers' arm was not going forward. And Rankins just pulled it out from in between the arms and legs down there on the ground. Wow. Huge defensive play there. I was saying it. I kept saying it. Houston's defense was going to have to score their own points, and they just did. Wow. It was Rankins, number 90. Man, he just blew his guy up for one. Anderson was the one who caused the strip. And as everybody's trying to jump on it, he just pulls it out of the pile and starts running with it. And there's literally no other Steelers around him. What a play. Just a game changer. And now it's an 11-point lead, 2-score game. But what a play by Anderson to cause the sack, and what a play by Rankins to just reach down in there and pull the ball up and take off and run for the touchdown. And here comes the Steelers now with the return. Gainwell, and he gets it out to the 33-yard line, but and hit the Steelers offense and the Houston defense come right back out onto the field. Go. 4-man rush against going deep and Freiermuth, but it's incomplete. What a play. What a play by Houston's defense. All right. Dumps it off to Jalen Warren and gets hit right away by Al-Shaair. Short gain, 3rd and 6. They're going to go fast. Rodgers trying to catch him off guard. Throws it, and Freiermuth makes a contested catch for a first down. Wow. And there's a flag on the play. Yeah, that's why Rodgers snapped it so fast. They caught him trying to change. Rodgers under pressure again, and down he goes. Looked like he fell over his own feet, but he's still going to be sacked. Right on the logo, that slippery paint. Whoop, whoop. Oh, he looked like he got tripped over his own lineman's foot there. Rodgers trying to say that's tripping, but he got tripped by his own man. Steps up. Rodgers down the field, and it's incomplete. Metcalf. One of those patented Aaron Rodgers on the run throws, but he's off target. Nice spiral on it. It went right through Metcalf's hands. 3rd and 13. Might be 2-down territory for the Steelers here. Oh, and it's tipped and knocked to the ground, and it's going to be 4th and 13 now, and I don't know if Tomlin will go for this. If they would have gained some yards on that one, they would have probably went for it, but the fact that it's still 4th and 13, I think you got to punt it here. Yeah, D'Amico Autry deflected it. And they're going to punt it. Houston with the fair catch, and he gets it at the 14-yard line. Yeah, if Houston puts together a drive here and scores any kind of points, I mean, it's essentially game over at that point. Oh, we got Ben Roethlisberger here.
Anderson.
He was
Ball's
so
out.
wide.
Ball's
Oh,
out.
the ball came
That
out.
might be a touchdown.
Oh,
That might be a
no,
touchdown.
he was down. Hey, be quiet. He was down.
I get it. I get it.
I
get
listen,
it.
there's nothing better than big boy touchdowns, but I don't want that to be a big boy touchdown.
Wow.
No way.
Ben Roethlisberger on the live stream, the Manning cast, during the stripped score.
Oh, the big guy never went to the ground.
They didn't get a chip on that left side. Hey, they got both those guys on the end, 14, you know, he's got to
Gainwell's there. He's got to hit him. And
he's
that
got to
line
get
is
a
there.
chip. Yeah.
Look how
And that's not
wide
good
he
enough.
is.
That's not good enough. You got to go, when you're there to get a chip, you got to disrupt them somehow.
Oh my goodness.
That's the whole point of being out there, right?
They could have called hit to the head.
Got the little Band-Aid chin strap. No.
So Houston backed up in their own territory now. No mistakes here. Pittsburgh's going to be trying to strip the ball. Short gain on first down. Pittsburgh's going to be trying to strip the ball. I mean, they're one of the league leaders in turnovers on defense, so. And a little quick pass to Hutchinson. Or Higgins. First down, Texans.
Well, Joe, you mentioned Nico Collins. He has been officially ruled out with a concussion. We saw him carted off, documented that he's out for this game.
And he is joined by Justin Watson, another receiver, special teamer for the Texans. He is out with a concussion. Second down and 8.
So we're back to third down. Third and 4. Houston 8 for 13 on third downs, while the Steelers are only 2 for 12. And he got it to who the man of the night, Christian Kirk, with a huge gain, 33 yards, and they are now down in Pittsburgh territory. They're at the 37-yard line of Pittsburgh. 6:45 and counting. Man, Kirk is having a night. 8 receptions, 144 yards, and a touchdown. 8 for 9. Boy, they needed him to step up with Nico Collins down. Stop with the guns fucking gesture. Can't you guys do anything else? All right, short gain, 2nd and 8. Well, he's paying dividends on that trade for this game. He's had a few moments here and there throughout the season, but for the most part, he wasn't really that big of an addition. But he did play some when Collins was out earlier in the year. Here we go. Handoff to Nick Chubb. And he's going to get 5 yards. It's going to bring up third down again, but that clock keeps ticking. Handoff, and it's Nick Chubb again, and he gets the first down. 9 yards. There's a flag on the play. It's going to be on Pittsburgh. Offsides, lined up offsides, but they decline it. Take the play, and the first down. Clock continues to run. Yeah, Christian Kirk has by far been the MVP of this game. I mean, the defense has been outstanding for Houston, but on offense, it's definitely been Christian Kirk. And a tackle for a loss on first down. Keep that clock going. They've got all 3 of their timeouts, but they're going to have to use them at the right time. It's a little early to be using them right now. If they get a stop here on second down, they might call one here on third down. And it's a run to the left, and there's a flag on the play. So that's going to stop the clock. Face mask. And that's going to move it even closer to scoring range. All right, we're getting a little close to that over. We need to slow down. I need him to use more clock. Giving him half the distance to the goal for a face mask sucks. And an automatic first down. False start on Houston. Yeah, Houston's offense has committed a lot of mistakes in this game. They had they've had 2 decent drives, 1 touchdown and one where he threw the interception. All right, and they're going to run it with Marks, and he's going to dance in to the end zone for a touchdown. And I think that's going to just about do it. I think that's going to just about do it for the Pittsburgh Steelers season. Now, obviously, Pittsburgh's going to have 4 downs to try to score. The one thing I can't have is for them to give up like another defensive score. Touchdown. 13 yards. And they're talking about it. Pittsburgh's defense is just gassed. They've just been on the field so much. Even those long drives where they were able to create turnovers, they were still on the field, and then their offense goes out there and doesn't do squat. And they have to go right back out on the field again. Rodgers back out onto the field now. We're sitting at 30 points. We had under 39 and a half. So we're looking pretty good, but we need him to just chill. Christian Kirk with a career high 144 yards receiving. Good for him. Owen, or 3rd and 10 now. Another incompletion. Oh, 5 in the playoffs for TJ Watt. I mean, when's the last time Mike Tomlin's won a playoff game? We've seen other coaches get fired for that kind of shit. Tony Dungy, Andy Reid when he was with the Eagles. I mean, damn, he went to the NFC Championships and the Super Bowl, but just didn't win it, and he got fired. Gruden got traded from the Raiders. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen this. It's happened before. Where teams, you know, regular season success, after a while, it's like, you know what? We need more than that. But, you know, Pittsburgh Steelers are also one of those organizations that they don't change head coaches very easily. I think they've only had, 3 in the history of their franchise? Oh, and there's another interception by Houston. Please do not score a touchdown. And he's going to score a touchdown. Oh, boy. We've got ourselves a blowout, but we've also got ourselves a little conundrum here because we're getting close to the over. Man, it's one thing for you to score, to get the interception. Why did I feel like this was going to happen? Because he's going to have 2.5 minutes to fuck me and score a touchdown for no reason. Tell me he stepped... No, he didn't step out of bounds either. Damn. Cherry on the pie. The cherry on a Sunday. Troy having a moment there. That line moved too. It opened at 39.5. It was, and then it went down to 38.5, or even 38. If they make this extra point, that's 37. I mean, I can understand Pittsburgh wanting to try to score just to make the game seem closer than it was. Whoa, did he miss that? He missed it. That's good. That's good. We're holding strong at 36. Yeah, that was an ugly kick, man. There's a replay. Nothing wrong with it. He just sliced it. Got up underneath it and didn't have any lift. It just went up and under the crossbar. But all right, now I need their defense to stand on their head and stop. Like, does Pittsburgh try to score and potentially get somebody hurt here, or they just try to close this game out? I can't believe that they scored that touchdown. Just to make us have to sweat this out, this final 2:39. And he's going to down it in the end zone, so it's going to come out to what, the 35? Doesn't look like Rodgers is coming out for the final drive. I can't see Tomlin like trying to get any of his guys injured, trying to make a vanity touchdown when there's no chance you can win this game. You don't want to send anybody to the offseason injured. They hand it off to Jalen Warren, and it's a short gain. Yeah, and it looks like it's Mason Rudolph, number 2 in there, taking the snaps for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, and it's set the 2-minute warning, 2nd and 10. And I just think if Tomlin's smart, he's going to hand it off a couple more times. He's going to let this clock go down and go into the off season. Yeah, they are a force to be reckoned with, this Houston defense, man. And I think they had 3 turnovers. Houston had 3 turnovers. 2 of them, one led to points for Pittsburgh, and they couldn't get a touchdown. They only got a field goal out of it. And then the one that where they were in scoring range to potentially at least kick a field goal for Houston, and he throws the interception. Throws the interception. This Texans defense reminds me of that Baltimore defense. The year when Baltimore won the championship with Trent Dilfer at quarterback, but it was Tony. I forget who it was. There was a different quarterback who started the season, and Baltimore went like 5 games without scoring a touchdown, and yet they were still 2-3 in those games. And then they switched and went to Dilfer, and basically Dilfer handed the ball off to Jamal. Was it Jamal Lewis? Yeah, and then rode the defense, and the defense was actually scoring points. Like, they were outscoring teams on their own. That's how this Houston Texans defense reminds me of, where they could have literally won this game without the offense. They've got 14 points. And 3 points that Pittsburgh has is the direct result of an offensive turnover. They gained 4 yards on 7 plays after the ball was turned over on their own 21-yard line. Held them to a field goal. It's just suffocating defense. Getting Rankins back on the defensive line really helped because they were struggling against the run. Remember, Genty had a big game against them. Who was the other guy? The last team they played at, was it Jonathan Taylor? Had a big game against them. All right, but all the starters are out now on defense. Are they going to try to score? All right, Mason Rudolph. Handoff. Another handoff to Jalen Warren, and it's a 3rd down. And they get it to 4th down. And it looks like they're going to get the 1st down. 4th and 2. It looks like they're going to convert it. Mason Rudolph Short left to Calvin Austin for 2 yards. Barely got the first down. Another handoff to Warren. He gets a big run. All right, and it looks like that's going to be the game. As they're going to let the clock run down. They're going to take one more snap. Hand it off again. Tackled for a loss, and that's going to be it. As they're not going to try to stop the clock. And the Houston Texans are moving on to face the New England Patriots in New England. And we're going to find out here who gets what game in a second. But we got the Texans money line. Obviously, if you took him with the -3, you're happy. But we also got the under 39.5. So we went 2-1 on our bets for the Houston game. Our best bet lost. So overall, we were 6-2, 7-4, 8-6. So overall, from the early line show, we went 10-7. Winning record, not great. And we were 3-3. 4-2 with our best bets. As we get the under 39.5 to cash. Well, to everyone out there, thank you for joining me on this live stream. I will be recording the early line show here as soon as we find out who's playing in what time slot. We know the dates, we just don't know the times. And we should have the spread for the Houston-New England game here shortly. And I will be recording the early line show and dropping it on YouTube. So be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. All that good stuff. And thank you again for joining me on this live stream. To everyone out there, I hope you had a great evening. Hope you made some money. If you're a Houston fan, congratulations. If you're a Pittsburgh fan, you're probably used to this kind of stuff by now. To everyone out there, thanks again for joining me. Take care of yourselves and have